Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. Okay guys, so yesterday we went 4-0 for most of you. Okay, and let me explain that quickly. So yesterday guys, I had the first ever parlay that I gave out on this channel. So we hit half of that. I gave out the Mets and I gave out over 7. So the game landed on 7. So we still would win our half unit for the Mets play. So technically it's 4-0. Now here's the downside. The downside to this, guys, is that some of you messaged me and said, Ryan, I can't get 7 in my book. I can't move the line. I can only get 7.5. And I actually said in yesterday's game, go ahead and take that, okay? So for some of you guys, you would have lost a half unit there. And I do apologize, but at the end of the day, again, I know a lot of you guys are here, you know, for recreation, just to have some fun and, you know, throw a few bucks on the game and hopefully learn a lot about sports betting, right? So, you know, I sometimes make statements like, well, you know, go out and open 27 other sports books so you have those options. But I get it. I mean, you know, this is still, even though I've been doing this for a year now, it's still kind of trying to change my way of thought and my way of thinking. Because, you know, not everyone's going to go out and create all kinds of sports books and have money floating around everywhere. I mean, that'd be insanity, right? I mean, I do that, but I don't expect all of you to do it. So again, you know, if you want to, guys, it's good to have a few options, you know, of sports books, just so you can shop the lines and stuff. But again, if you're just doing this for fun, certainly, you know, you're not going to want to have 15 different browser windows open and be comparing all the different lines and everything like that. So I totally get that. I get that. So, you know, either way though, we did have a good day, whether you went 4-0 or, you know, you lost that half unit on that parlay. Yeah, it was still a good day, guys. Masterclass, won a couple additional games. We went 2-1 in Masterclass. In fact, the only game we lost yesterday was Kansas City that we had in Masterclass. We lost Kansas City. I really like Kansas City yesterday too. They didn't show up at all. So really, I mean, overall, we finished like 6-1. So really good day. If you guys are interested in Masterclass, check it out. Okay, so let me just give you guys the two options basically. So if you join through here, okay, if you join through YouTube, you get all the master. So if you join Masterclass plus full card, you will get all my picks every single day plus all the Masterclass videos. Okay, so basically, guys, you'll have to watch all the picks on video. If you would like, as an alternative option, you can go to benderwins.com, sign up there, and you will get the picks emailed to you instead. So, and again, you'll still get all the Masterclass videos emailed to you, but you'll get all the picks emailed there if you find that more convenient. I do realize, because some people brought this up in Masterclass and said, look, we watch your free play video every single day. It's just very tough to watch 2 videos every day. So, I mean, we're watching the free plays. Is there any way we can get those? So that's why I created the email option. Couple other things here quickly, guys, before I get into today's picks. The political bet. Okay, I've decided to go ahead with it. Probably against my better judgment, but you guys want it, and, you know, we're all adults here. I think we can have this discussion. I'm just going to come up with a format and wrap my head around how I'm going to do that. I think I might actually walk you guys through it on the computer and show you, you know, how I'm arriving at these figures. Just so we can, you know, have a bit more intelligent conversation. I'm just going to preface the political pick, guys. I have no skin in the game. I'm Canadian, okay? I mean, I know this election affects a lot of you guys, and that's why it's a sensitive topic. So the reality is, guys, I've spent a lot of time building models, looking at different projections. I've had to go through every single reputable polling company from last year and remove companies based on a criteria that I created. And my criteria that I created was, if a poll was off by more than 5% last year, I just eliminated them. Okay. And I know the polling has changed, but there were polls that were off last year and I eliminated them. I also got rid of anyone who's basically possibly has a bias, some of the news channels. Okay. CNN, Fox. I actually like one of those, but I got rid of both of them. They're gone. Okay, because they're just too polarized and they have too much skin in the game. So they're gone. So basically what I'm left with is, nonpartisan, I don't care, just report good information polls in key areas. And I've done a lot of modeling, guys. And so again, when I give the play out, I want you guys to know, very important, it does not matter to me in my life who wins or loses. So I am going to give it out, though. That's the bottom line. Okay. One last thing to get through. And I have 3 plays for you guys. I have 2 additional plays in Masterclass today. And including a 2-unit play for you guys. All right. Last thing to go through quickly, guys. I said, a longtime member and kind of friend of mine that I talked to quite a bit, mentioned that, they hadn't heard one of my kind of bankroll management reset your unit strategies. So I wanted to go over that and cover that today. There's basically, so you guys all know bankroll management by now. If you don't know bankroll management, watch my video on bankroll management. It is the single most important thing in sports betting, okay? Bar none, no question about it. You could be the greatest sports bettor on earth, better than our Lord Billy Walters, my Lord Billy Walters, to each his own. But you could be the greatest sports bettor on earth, guys, and if you don't have good bankroll management, you don't stand a chance. You do not stand a chance to get blown away. So bankroll management is so important. But what I want to talk about here, guys, is ultimately there is 2 ways to deal with your profits and losses as they come up, okay? And that's what I want to address, because in the past, I've told you guys both ways. And both ways are good, and both ways have their setbacks. So let me just quickly go through that with you guys. So I've said to you guys, for me, what I do is at the end of every week on Sunday, okay? After the last game is done, I look at my numbers, okay? And I reset my units. So I'm just going to use an arbitrary figure and say that I'm betting 1% and I have a $1,000 bankroll. Okay, so if I'm betting 1%, I have a $1,000 bankroll. Then, and again, unless you're a pro, you can bet a little bit more than 1%. But anyways, I'm going to be betting $10 a unit, 1% of $1,000, $10. Now, at the end of the week, if my bankroll is $1,100, I will then change my unit size next week and start betting $11. On the flip side, if my bankroll is at $900, I will then bet $9 the next week. Okay, and I will do that for the entire week. Now, no matter how much I win during that week, I'll keep my units the same. But if I have a drawdown of a predetermined amount, so if I go on a big losing streak and I would lose, it's up to you how you set this, guys, but 15%, 10%, it really depends. I would then readjust my numbers. So I'll never readjust it on the upside, but I will readjust it on the downside. Okay, and that's just to stop those massive losing streaks from damaging your bankroll too bad, right? By doing this, guys, it allows you to take advantage of compound interest. Now, here's the downside to doing it that way. It's much more volatile, okay? It's much more volatile because you're constantly changing your units. Now, let's just say, for argument's sake, that you have a week where, basically you're up 5 units. Okay, so you're up 5 units for the week, you readjust, and then the following week, you lose 5 units. You'll actually be down more because the second week, your units were worth more. You will be down more. The reason this works long-term is because we have a higher than 50% expected win rate. Okay, we expect that when my goals are 54 to 56%. So because of that, it allows us to make a larger profit over the long term. But short term, it can be much more volatile. Now, I'll quickly tell you the flip side. I know this video is getting long, but I'll quickly tell you the flip side to that. The flip side to that, guys, if you don't want to revalue every week, is what I talk about in my bankroll management, which is probably recommended more for people starting out in betting, is milestones. Okay, milestones. What a milestone is let's say that you have $1,000 to start with, okay? Your first milestone might be 25%. So you're betting $10 until your account gets to $1,250. Then you would resize your units to $12.50 a unit. The same on the downside. You would set a reverse milestone of $750. And when your bankroll falls, then you revalue it again. So again, then you're not revaluing it every single week. It's ultimately up to you guys how you want to do it. I do the first option, but again, my bankroll management, I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you, my bankroll management is spot on. I have not deviated from my bankroll management in many years, over a decade. Okay, so if you're confident in your bankroll management, then you're not gonna, have a couple wobbly pops and, play some live bets, then you can do the first one. If you're just not sure, do the second one, do the milestone. It's less volatile. All right. So anyways, I hope that clears it up. And yeah. All right. So we're on today. So again, guys, really good day yesterday. Just carrying on, an awesome month so far. Really, really fun. And, okay. So I have 3 plays for you guys. And then I just have, a word of warning on one play as well. So first one, guys, I got a 2-unit play for you guys. Lots of steam on this game. I like the matchup. Based on what happened yesterday, I really like this game to come in today too. Couple nice indicators on this, guys. We are going to take Philly. Minus 139. So Philly minus 139 in this game. Next, guys, we have Tampa Bay and the Mets. Sound familiar? Yeah. We have Tampa Bay and the Mets. And we're going to take that game under 8.5. Okay, so we're going to go under 8.5. Tampa Bay and the Mets. And then I have one more game for you guys. And once again, same as yesterday, we are going to be on the Mets. All right, now, and listen, the big difference between yesterday, guys, is there is no value in parlaying these games today. Okay, I know you're saying, well, wait, you have 2 picks, they're in the same game. Why would we not parlay? The only reason we parlayed it yesterday, guys, was there was a direct correlation between a certain expectation that was going to happen and a higher probability based on the umpire who was in the game. Okay. So with that being said, guys, there is not enough value to go around and pay that extra house edge to parlay it. I hate parlays. If I like parlays, you guys would have had more than one parlay in the past year, but you didn't. You had 1 half-unit parlay yesterday, and it's probably going to be a year before you see another one because there's just not value in parlays, okay? So the second you get, like we talk about bankroll management, step number 2, get rid of parlays and teasers, and you will have so much more money in your pocket, and the sportsbook will hate you. And that's great. That's what we want, okay? So we are going New York Mets plus 143. So New York Mets plus 143 for 1 unit. Tampa Bay, New York Mets under 8.5 for 1 unit. There's no need to parlay them. They're good on their own. And we have a 2-unit play on the Phillies minus 139. All right. Now, I know it's been a long video. I have one last thing to warn you about, guys. I've laid off the Toronto-New York game, okay? So my first instinct looking at the game was, honestly, the way the Yankees are playing against the Blue Jays and playing in general, I don't mind laying 200 on them. I see there is a bit of steam on the Yankees, so I like that. But there's also been a line decrease. So the line has come down a little bit. And when you have steam and the line comes down, that smells fishy to me. And it smells fishy because normally when Vegas has a high line and they hit steam, they worry they've underpriced themselves and they bump that line up. The public automatically likes to bet favorites. So, I mean, they don't mind bumping that up and the public will pay the money. It's at minus 220. They put it to minus 240. Most of the public doesn't care. They think of things incorrectly. They don't think in terms of value. They think in terms of who will win. They say Yankees will win. I'll pay 240, whatever, right? Here's the problem. They didn't do that. They went the other way. They brought the line down. And that jumps out at me and say, okay, why did they do that? The only thing I can think of, guys, in this game, Ryan Addington is behind the home plate, okay? Now, he's a relatively, I won't say new. I mean, he's been around a while, but he's a relatively newer umpire. But a couple trends have certainly emerged with him. And one being, he's a huge home ump. The home team, when he's umpiring, wins 63.2% of the time. 63.2% of the time. Think about that for a second. That's huge. That's way above major league averages. So that's something to take into account in that game. I'm not saying bet the Blue Jays. I'm not saying bet the Yankees. I'm just saying this is a perfect game to avoid. Don't bet it, right? So anyways, that's it for today, guys. Really appreciate everything. I will get the political bet to you guys And I just have to figure out the format I want to do it. Okay, so thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it. And as always, have a very lucky day.